Hello, time travelers. We're messing with a little bit of terrain at the moment. Be careful using any blades. We're gonna make this into a collapsed building, alright? Fun for our grim, dark, ruined cityscape I've been working on. Look, it's all coming off. But before we get any further into this little bad boy, I gotta hang the clothes on the line. What's up? Let me go do that real quick. Look at that, we doing it. I kind of prefer the clothesline over the bag. Wash and dry. Hope everybody's having a great day. It's Tuesday. Yeah, we're doing the whole Tuesday thing. Had a good night at work. I hope everybody else had a good day yesterday. I enjoy these little daily talks I have with y'all. Look at that. Hanging clothes up on the line, there ain't nothing like it. I actually enjoy it, like I was saying. Crazy things you're getting into today. Peeped out Hutch's and Bathwood Stream. It had quite the crowd going on over there. I swear, I do find it kind of laughable. Dumbasses exist in this world. Based on a lot of the people commented on that stream. It was ridiculous. People ain't got a thought in their head, commenting wildly, shooting from the hip. They're always talking about facts and statistics. A lot of these like liberal-minded people, yet they only have their opinions. They don't have any facts to back up what they say. They're so into all the science. They love the science. Yet they do not. Damn, this shirt's been washed 3 times in a row. Yeah, they love their science, but they don't enjoy facts other than what they think is what all they think is not. What is up with some of this shit? Is this even We'll just find out. No. told them not cleaning out this dirty shit. If you leave your clothes out overnight. I'm gonna try to pull this over October. I don't know if it'll be successful. But it's fun. We're having some music playing right now. What up, Leslie? What you got going on? Let me see, what's that? MK11. Seth Green. That's the first for that one. Jenna, what up? J5. Kevin. What y'all getting into? Yeah, that's not hand washing, little buddy. That's called hanging your clothes up to dry on a line. I know that might be lost on a lot of, I guess the term would be some city slickers, I suppose. A lot of y'all city folk don't know nothing about them dang hanging up that damn clotheslines up on the clothes up on clothesline. So yeah, now back to what we set out to do originally. We're gonna build some damn terrain. Weather damage to it. Some stuff I've done with cardboard. Got 2 levels right here. I'm honestly interested in getting a hand washer. Yeah, I'm honestly interested in getting something like that going out here. Like, I live in a cabin out in the middle of the country, so it's pretty sweet. We're beginning the homesteading journey, I suppose. I call this property Avalon over here, is what me and my woman have begun to call it. Yes, exactly, Leslie. Yeah. And so, here's a little greenhouse over here. Still got a couple things I gotta work on for that, but it's coming together. Probably gonna start some onions, garlic, some beets, other things you can start. What up, Gnostic? Gonna start some other things like that you can start during the cold times. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I want to get animals yet since winter is starting. I was considering getting some pigs, getting some chickens and stuff. But it would be my first time owning that. How do you not be an incel? Talk to people. You know, talk to chicks like they're anybody else, you know.
Nice. Yeah, I need to get some insulation for my pipes here. I am going to do that before the end of October. It ain't got cold yet, but I can feel it starting to get cold. What up, Andrew? Yeah, so to not be an incel, dudes, you gotta like a lot of you gotta like. There's bits and pieces of truth in everything that we might hear from people like Tate, Charleston White, Fresh and Fit, any of this shit. If you believe too much that anybody says, if you believe in anything that one person says to you too much, that's gonna be retarded. So, how to not be an incel is very simple. I feel like a lot of dudes nowadays they look at women, uh, and look at them like objectify them in a way. I'm definitely not liberal, and I know that's a liberal term, objectifying women, but yeah, they do. They look at it. You just gotta talk to women like you would another guy, like one of your friends. You feel me? So, and that's like, you gotta be natural. You gotta be smooth with it. If it's you can't be letting a. First of all, you can't be. Chicks, they're like everybody else, y'all. So you can't be like, that's the incel thing, is demanding stuff from women. You feel me? Demanding, thinking that they have a certain place. Whenever ask yourself, are you as a man worth a fuck at all? This is what I say to some of the people. I know some of the, whether it be a younger dude that I work with, or my brother-in-law, or something like that, or my actual brother. They're talking, what up, gunslinger? When it comes to chicks, I'm like, dude, why worry about that right now? And you got so many other things you could be worried about. You feel me? I always say to these guys, I say, what you're worried about, like a chick hanging out with you, and I say this: go look in the mirror, little buddy, and say to that person that you see in the mirror, I would not fuck you, and neither would no chick. And then you say that enough times, you will build your confidence up. You will build yourself up. Yeah. So you just got to build, you're not just going to wake up and be like, oh, here's chicks. Here's a lot of money. Oh, here's all this shit I want. Here's some muscles. You know what I'm saying? You can't just, it's not nothing. You're not just going to wake up like, oh, I know how to play guitar. Or, oh, I know how to do this. I went to sleep and I woke up the next day and now I know. No, that's not how it's going to work. So yeah, but what I do now, I had to stop because I might have started getting a little problem, is I wake up in the morning, built myself up, look in the mirror, and take a shot every day. And I say, this is a man I'd get a drink for. Then I take my little shot. But I had to stop, though, because I was getting heartburn, acid reflux. Yeah, you got to be, as a female specimen, that's not, like, that ain't no shit that's gonna come. You're gonna have to, like, go to the Philippines or some shit to get some shit like that. You're gonna have to go out of country. But you don't want to be one of those bros that go out of country to try to find a wife or something like that. It's like the old Smokey Robinson and the Miracle song. You gotta shop around. My mama told me you gotta shop around. Yeah, you gotta do that within your own. There you go. Sorry about that. I had somebody calling me. I had to. What up, Patricia? Am I 5x5? Usually when somebody calls me, it kind of messes with what I got going on. But he can wait. Yeah, so guys, it's not... And so you gotta be careful cutting towards yourself. And that's why Tate, some of Tate's messages did kind of get me through a dark spot, but that's where you get back into the whole, you don't believe, you don't... Then if you believe everything that anybody says to you, you likely to become a part of a cult. You likely to become what was that guy they drink the Kool-Aid? Jonestown. You're likely to become a Jonestown kind of deal. If you believe in everything that anybody says to you. And I feel like that's what's wrong with, like, a lot of young people in this. I'm 31, so I am still young. I'm not sitting here talking like a old... Yeah, thank you, Patricia. Jim Jones. What up, Teresa? Patricia, why the hell are you not a moderator? There you go. Yeah, but a lot of young, like this when I was talking about the Hutch the other day. This is why people are racist, or this is why people are like LGBTQ, rainbow flag shit, is because they don't have anything to be proud of in themselves. That's why they want to be racist or they want to be a dumbass. It's because they have nothing that they can look to, and especially a lot of these young people. Like I said, I'm 31. I'm not an OG, but I am at big bro status as far as age goes. I would say so. There's still plenty more shit, but you know, the older you get, the more shit that you go through, y'all, and the more you're going to learn. But it just sucks, you know. It sucks now because somebody who's like 20, who's 18, 20, 21 years old right now, it's gonna be yeah. Like I remember, like whenever I went through so many struggles whenever I was between the ages of 15 to about 25, 26, so about 10, 11 years struggling, but it was for the purpose of, I knew it was a purpose. I never gave up. Never gave up once. Even people like my dad I've known who will give up on some shit. Never even try to attempt something, so they would never even know. But then they'll try to tell you that you can't do something, yet they never did it themselves, so how the fuck would they know? Anyway, the, yeah, I kind of lost a little track of that, though. Never gave up, you know. You went through the shit for that 10-year period to become, it's like the rose that grew through the concrete. You know, you go through this period of hell almost, to get on the other side, and it's like the metamorphosis. It's, I wouldn't have, all the shit I went through, I would still have gone through it. I'd go through it 7 or 8 more times again, just because I knew that helped mold me into the pilgrim that you see right now. But a lot of people, young people today, not just young people, anybody, the human being, the average human in 2025 on this earth has been beaten down. What up, Rose? They've been beaten down. They've been mentally scarred. So and this is all age range. This is all generations. You know, there's a lot of, that's why you see a lot of these homeless people are older dudes. They, life's given up on them. They've given up on life. Yeah, and people, because they give up, people don't, that's why this Colonel Sanders story, he was about to hang himself at 68 years old, but then he became a millionaire a couple weeks later, so it's never too late. Let me look at chat. Exactly. I always say, this is my mantra though. If life's hard, if things aren't going your way, you can't control that, you know. You're not necessarily, like, let's say somebody passes away, let's say that the house burns down, or let's say anything bad happens, terrible shit. You have no control. You can't stop, you can't bring that person back to life. You can't put that fire out necessarily, you know what I mean? But you can keep your peace. That's why happiness is not a sustainable human experience. Peace is. So yes, you have the terrible shit that might happen, but you know, are you gonna break down, lose your mind, get a full schizophrenic, start pulling your hair out, writing on the walls of shit? No, you're going to, that's one of the options, or you're just gonna be stoic, stone face, and face with your problems, you know. But that's what I feel bad about for a lot of humans today, a lot of people, is because we're quick to give up on some shit. And then people are quick to give up on some stuff, and then they, not only are they quick to give up on stuff, they're quick to complain about what happens, even though they didn't try, or even though, you know, very quick to blame God, blame society, blame their parents, blame anything but them, you know? But even if it is all their faults, even if it is God, your mom, dad, all this stuff, you can only control how you react with this. You can only change. Need to be the change you want to see. You don't want to be the thing that's dragged you down. You know, you don't want to keep on with that. And that, you know, that's what incel behavior basically is. It's holding yourself down. It's, and that's what racism, that's what all that shit is. Yeah, our egos, thank you. Yeah, the ego is like, and the Bible says this too, like the tongue, the tip of the tongue, like your words, the shit you say without thinking. That's a problem too. Now you can see right here, slowly. I probably should have put this on the edge, so we'll do that. I'm trying to do some steps on here. Yeah. And see, that's what a lot of people, like, we have that mindset, Leslie, people like us, but there are still a lot of people, I feel like, and that, I can't save we can't save the world, y'all, like, a lot of us, like, a lot of people, that's why our community, we have a lot of good-hearted people that care about others, we have yeah, and that's why another thing, I feel like Jonah often when it comes to God and all that stuff, like, I want people to know the good news, but people are, it's like Agent Smith, you remember The Matrix? Agent Smith, anytime you'd start talking about The Matrix or talking against anything that wasn't in the program, Agent Smith would enter to the chat, and so it's kind of just like that, it's almost like Agent Smith, if you could, like, put that stuff as a Matrix situation, the Bible and whatnot, the devil is Agent Smith. And so Agent Smith will enter, and then people, like, it's just like they get, so that's something I don't get. What up, Michelle? Yeah, there's plenty of evidence. There's only 12 books. This is just from what I've heard. I did a little bit of side research. Only 12 documents that prove Genghis Khan's existence. 15 to 20 that prove Alexander the Great's. A few hundred that prove Julius Caesar. Had 250 that proved his existence. But there are over hundreds of thousands of things that prove the existence of Christ at the time. I do believe in the divinity and the oneness of the Trinity, but that is a whole nother little debate. See, we could get into Tataria as well, Nomad. That was I believe that we are heading towards I was deep into the Tataria stuff. If you look at some of my older videos, I kind of, like, had clips and snippets of stuff. I believe, on the Tataria subject is that, I don't know, it does kind of make a little sense, though, don't it? Like, it doesn't seem like nothing's new under the sun, right? So it seems like, I believe that human beings have gotten to this point that we're at now, or very similarly to where we're at now. Maybe they didn't use gas-powered cars, maybe the cars were powered with crystals or stones of some sort. But then, the great beast known as the devil, or his minions, whatever, but the back rooms is what I call it. Yes, Leslie, people are very evil, and the most evil of them exists in these back rooms. And they're deciding, they meet every 30, 40, 50 years and decide how they're going to affect culture and how they're going to push their message on society and on the people. And they've been around for thousands of years. And yeah, so very much so, they could have done all these resets. That's why you see all these orphans. You see a bunch of orphans, pictures and videos of orphans back in Victorian era Europe. Kind of weird. It's like all their parents were wiped out almost, it seems like, and then they were just left behind. You see several different stories like that in history. The Sea Peoples wiped out quite a bit of the Mediterranean civilizations back in their day. They went and they got the Egyptians finally defeated them, but the Sea Peoples are bringing about an apocalypse. That's some unchecked immigration for you guys, an example of that. Of the next, we are the first generation of the next millennial reign. I mean, it could be, I don't know. I don't know what, like, it's hard to like, it's hard to like try to like, that's pretty much a guessing game. Yeah, I'm having a great day, personally. Getting ready for work. Yesterday was good at work, so I'm kind of amped up. I think today is going to be good too. I'm kind of nervous though too, y'all. I'm not going to be smoking for the whole next month. I'm doing the Sober October. I'm going to remind my other YouTube buddies too as well. I'm going to tell them to be like, oh dude, yeah, it's Sober October. Because, you know, you got to understand, I be smoking. So does everybody else I know too. Kind of somewhat getting a little castle, little deal going on right here. Let me read your message. You didn't have no checkmate, Michelle. We do respect open discourse. What up, Ohio? Yeah, but I don't know. To me, it's just Jesus Christ, God, like that has to be the way. That has to be the way. I respect other people's opinions and what they believe, and you know, it's one love, and we're all in on this together. You know what I'm saying? On as human beings. But I believe that you need to have Jesus Christ in your life to be able to go to heaven. Without that, you will be separated from God. I do believe that, you know, it's hard because I'm not necessarily living my life for God or for Christ, but it is still in me. You know, I know that it's in me. I know I have my daily talks with God. He's never far from my heart. You know, the Lord is never far from my heart, and that's what's important to me. And it's like, I don't talk too much about this on YouTube, but it is definitely something that's special to me. But like I said, it feels like whenever you start like talking about stuff like God and the scriptures and stuff like that, it feels almost like there is like and something like I do. There's a positive energy I feel protecting, but there's also you can feel like negative energies trying to get at you whenever you're talking about these kinds of things. Exactly. Yeah, and the trolls, they have an aversion to God. I don't know why liberals hate God for it. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, exactly, Ohio. It is the relationship that you have with God. Just having it, because a lot of people, you know, I feel like, I mean, I don't know, it's not my place, I don't know what people, it ain't my place to, I don't know what people do with God, I don't know how they interact with Him. I know how I do it, and I just know based on, like, some of the people I've known in real life, and I've met online, and trolls, and so, it's like, they seem like they, have almost a God hate. And that's something I cannot understand, is a hatred of God. So it's like you know, this is all, like, we living in some trying times. We living in some trying times, and that's why I go back to, you know, sometimes like feeling like Jonah, Nineveh, you know, got a Nineveh situation. Like, you know, I want to talk more, but at the same time, it falls on deaf ears. So, you know. But I don't know. We'll have to see what's up. Like, you know, I'm still gonna be getting chickens, gonna be getting pigs, gonna be trying to get ready for what may come next. You know, but at the end of the day, that might not even matter. You know, it might not even matter. What we could prepared might not even matter. But it's gonna be interesting for sure, regardless of what you believe in, what you may think. It is. I believe that it is a fact that every knee is gonna bend and every tongue is gonna confess into the name of God and Jesus Christ, and that is going to be. It's going to be a great day, but it's also going to be, it's described as a terrible day as well as a woeful day for the wicked. And I just hope, I don't want to be on that. I want, whenever, you know, because I'll tell you real quick, guys. So I don't believe in ghosts while we're on the topic. Like, I believe that once you are dead, you are almost like in a permanent comatose deal. And then whenever Judgment Day comes, everybody is in line. You're just woken up and walking in line. What up, Chris? I've been thinking about you, brother. Yeah, and then boom, everybody, like, you're all judged. Everybody. So if you ever feel like you got anxiety, if you ever feel like you, like, oh man, I'm scared to go talking to these people, or I'm afraid to go inside of a gas station, or any kind of thing like that, just know that when the judgment day comes, you and everybody else that has ever existed will be hearing what each other has done, and everybody else will be hearing about it. So if you feel anxiety now, think about that. And also think about how Christ was beaten and publicly humiliated in front of hundreds of people, you know, as well. So keep that in mind. So if you ever feel any kind of social anxiety, that is what, you know, like, everybody will know anything you've ever done. All of your secrets will not be secret. Chris, I've been wanting to get, I want to get back on that tabletop simulator with you, dude. I've been wanting to do another live stream with you. I'm sure you've been, shit, since we fucking, Ozzy died, Hulk Hogan died, crazy shit's happening with UFOs all over the United States, Charlie Kirk shit happened. We had all kinds of dumbass shit happen in between the last time we did live stream and recently. This is some terrain I'm kind of doing a little work on. Remember that the angels fly because they take themselves lightly. Yeah, 2025 has been crazy as fuck, dude. We only done one rabbit hole radio during all of 2025 too. Yeah, the simulation is ramping up, Chris. For sure. This should have been ramping up. I don't know, it feels like it's all kind of like, it's leading up to something, dude. It's leading up to something, y'all. And I mean, I want to say, like, I don't want to be here for it. And I ain't got no fucking choice. You know? Everything. I feel like we're heading to, like, everybody's talking about World War III, but I think we're heading to a world civil war. Yeah, it is. Yeah, MK11. It is like a new Cold War, but it's like it's a cold civil war. It's like the whole world has been divided. It's like it's no longer just countries. I feel like it's ideologies as well. I feel like it's a world civil war coming on us for sure. World War III is also going to be a civil war between ideologies. Ooh, gotta be careful with this damn. Yeah. Yeah, but apparently, I don't know. You hear so much different shit about all these guys, like, our opponents, like, being... And you got... Y'all see that shit in Venezuela as well? They, what a... Billard. Yeah, well, that's on, you know, I don't... I think that's pure fantasy, though, is the idea of another country invading us. I don't think anybody would do that. Try to send physical troops on the mainland United States. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, and then, yeah, it's, I try, that's why I've been, like, it gives me goosebumps, y'all. It makes me, you know, thinking about all this shit. Thinking about everything going on. Nepal then you know, they stood up for their rights. The youth over there stood up for their rights because their government was trying to take away social media and shit. And it's not just the social media being taken away, it was just censorship and being in control of how they network and interact with other people. Yeah, Indonesia, they have, like, our very archaic laws over there. A lot of these countries, you can get the death penalty for drugs. Yeah, it is, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta stay educated up on this shit because, I don't know, it's like, y'all remember that movie Leave the World Behind that was on Netflix last year? It had the Teslas driving and clogging up the freeways, self-driving Teslas clogged up the freeways. What up, Oak Ridge? I'm doing great, brother. I'm doing great, just working on this train, hanging out with the peeps. But if y'all haven't seen Leave the World Behind, it is kind of a shitty movie. It's got kind of weird, like, plot holes in it. Yeah, hella sleeper cells. No. Yeah, like, I have my theories about a lot of businesses and shit around here. You know, I don't want to like cause no. I don't want to be like part of no panic or no scare or no shit where you start persecuting these fucking people. And yeah, we're heading to some shit, y'all. We're heading to some fucking shit. And y'all need to watch Leave the World Behind because it was produced by the Obamas. So, and they've been producing a lot of weird, like, post-apocalyptic movies for some reason. Because we all know their little connection. I don't know what MK11 means. Four white vans coming down from Canada every day for months now. The fuck they doing over there? They probably yeah, they're probably like bringing in like vans full of damn fighting age Syrian and Palestinian bastards. Oh, okay. So you fuck around, you like to do a little research on that little CIA shit. Yeah, there's hella. I believe that there is definitely in this country right now, within every city, whether it be a big or small town, I believe there is some form of sleeper cell. And the sleeper cell, it don't have to have fucking a whole bunch of people. It could be a sleeper cell with just one or two people in it. You know? And could y'all imagine this if Canada was in cahoots with Russia and sending in damn Syrians and shit over here? That'd be insanity. Just about getting this bad boy working. I don't know how I'm gonna. How the fuck? Ugh. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a great day today, y'all. I mean, it's got no choice to be because I'm gonna control my attitude and how I think about it. Oh. I wouldn't be surprised if they were shipping in a bunch of people like that because that's how the Romans fell apart because they started letting people come in from all, you know, they just started letting people fucking move in and do whatever the fuck they wanted. I'm working on some kind of like little broken building, a little terrain for the battlefield. Yeah, I've been working on the Warhammer. Let me show you this too, Chris. This one I recently did a little video on. Me and my son, I've been teaching him to play bolt action. So we've been having a little fun with that. Yeah. Damn, Chris, you need to come up here and visit, dude. Could definitely use your help. Shit. Well, we'd pay you some money and shit, honestly. Come up here and get like for make it worth your while and shit to fucking help out with some of this shit. You got me into it, Chris, for sure. Like, I got into Warhammer, like, but playing that shit with you, and you was talking about bolt action. My son, he has a bunch of Army Men toys right now. You'd be fed, dude. We'd have a great time. And y'all should come up here on vacation anyway, dude. It'd be badass. Yeah, but you talking about bolt action made me look it up. And my son, he's always trying to fuck with my Warhammer shit. And we can't be having that because, you know, that shit, it costs a little bit, you know. So we got him the Army Men, and he's enjoyed it. And we've been using a one-page game rules. It's called one-page rules. We've been using that game system. And there's this guy called Gray Army Gaming. I shared his video out. He had this game he made for his son and him. It's called Dino Wars. And then it's a D12 system. So you use the 6-sided die for the health of the dinosaurs. Use the D12 to use, like, if you roll, let's say you roll a 12, you can go 12 inches. If you roll 3, you can only go 3 inches. we do have constitutional carry in Tennessee, Nomad. But yeah, Dino Wars has been very fun. My son, he's been excited. He's like, I want to play Dino Wars. I want to play Dino Wars. So, yeah, that's something to look into if you guys got kids and shit. For sure, Dino Wars. The D12 system, and you use D20s to attack. So, you roll 2 D20s. And so the first, if you're going to be charging, you're going to roll that. If you fail your charge, it's kind of, you just have to watch the video. I can't do justice really explaining it. But yeah, it is constitutional carry here. But there's not really, Tennessee's cool. There's not really too many dumbasses here. Maybe in some of like the big cities. New Hampshire is really cool too. A lot of I'm a bartender, so a lot of my favorite guests are from like New Hampshire, Connecticut, Pennsylvania. You know what I'm saying? Up north. They know how to tip usually. Ugh. And they're polite. Hold up, yo. I can't be coming rain. I'd like to do a live. I'd like to do a live with you this weekend, Chris. Maybe Friday night. Me, you, and Jordan. Might be fun. Yeah, that's how I got into my accident fucking 7 months ago. Old ass lady didn't use her turn signal, stopped out of nowhere. Like, there's no cars coming to that. I went off the side of the road. I want to. My girl has to work at damn 2 though. I'm at that to get off the stream. But tonight we got on vertical. Hutch has been having a lot of views on his shit. Like, I was on the show with him 2 days ago, and we had like fucking 200 people watching this shit. Fucking damn, that shit. It was a little nerve-wracking, but not really. Not really, Once kind of get in the groove of it. I thought it was chill. What do you guys think? Y'all, a lot of y'all was there. I don't know, I feel like I handled it kind of like a G, talking a bunch of all those people. Can you imagine how I've been shaking, like, oh, fuck. Hell yeah, I streamed it. Shit, I like streaming to the damn 3 or 4 people I've been streaming to now. Shit. Hanging out, talking to like the 5 of y'all has been fine for me. Yeah. MK11, you came over from Hutch's. I feel like I saw you at Hutch's, in Hutch's chat. What up, Stacy? Good to see you. Just a little chill stream. We did get some form of, some modicum of wisdom out that I was trying to shoot to younger generation, younger incels. We need to get rid of that term, like incel. Like I'm still thinking about that. Like why would you want to be that? I don't understand why somebody would want to be that. Nick Fuentes, he is somewhat funny, but I don't know. He's lost. He's lost. I'm lost to him now. He's lost to me. Yeah, yeah, exactly. You know, and I'm liberal. We're all liberal like that. Yeah, we all liberal, but I'm more moderate. We're moderate, Chris, and like that's why I feel like a lot of like all chat is like we're not label. We're true Americans. We're true. You know, I'm an American. I am an American first, but I'm also a human being. So I'm American first, human being second. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of, it's hard, like, but which one is, you know, you're born as both if you're born in this country. So yeah, we need to be more grateful. Being a yeah, no, they're called groypers. Yeah, see, I would say I'm conservative too when it comes to government, and like when it comes to like national security and some things like that. I would say I'm conservative, but I'm liberal when it comes to stuff like weed, and it comes to stuff like free speech and stuff like. I believe that people should be able to say whatever they want without any consequences, which I believe both sides, conservative and liberal, are guilty of. You know, you can't just like not like, even though the liberals are the ones who will physically be violent, whereas conservatives will not be physically violent. So there's not physical violence from both sides, but they will. There should be an open discourse. What up? What up, New York City? New York City. What up, Misty? Well, not that often. I'm laying down. I'm lowering down on it. Really, I smoked cigarettes for 11 years, and I can tell you that I feel better. The year that I've been vaping, I do not. I feel better versus the 11 years of smoking cigarettes. Thank you. Yeah, there it is. There it is, Gnostic, an anarcho-constitutionist. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Over there, some of the messages are get crazy. They ain't gonna be ripping nothing out. It's small, Reebok. I can promise you that. You don't even gotta see it, but I can tell y'all. Yeah, but it's like, I want to try to get off. That's why I'm trying to do this sober October. So it's me no things I like to do: smoke weed, drink soda. Um, and like, yeah. So I'm gonna try. I'm cutting that off for the whole month. Is I only gonna be painting like Warhammer. I got some. Like I said, my buddy gave me a bunch of Nurgle. I gotta paint that up. I gotta build all that up. Then I got to. Uh, what else I gotta do? It's Orktober, so I got like 4 or 5 orcs. I got multiple other orcs. I gotta, do a little tweaking on, a little editing. Yeah, so I don't like what am I like chew on clove, like I just like it. And vapes are not really you can't really necessarily tell. You can't necessarily tell like if I lost track of what I was saying. I gotta start getting ready for work, y'all. Oh yeah, that's what else. I like to do a little drinking and shit every now and then. I'm gonna cut that off. October is gonna be a month of terrain, a month of sober mindedness. Yeah, it's gonna be a month of serenity. October 31st, going to Hutch's house. Gonna be smoking hella weed over there. Boom. Yeah. So hopefully a bunch of shut the fuck up. You got me fucking oh, guys, do some shit today. Get some shit done. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let a lack of confidence or don't let a fear of judgment or fear of what society might think hold you back. Get some shit done today. Look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I'm proud of this person. But yeah, I do I do live in a little cabin, Stacy. Yeah, I love it. I love it here. Yeah, we've been here for about a month. It got a long story to it. My woman's dad was building it for a while, fixing on it. He passed away 2 years ago, so we've kind of inherited into building into it and fixing it. And it's been a good process. Yeah, a lot of my there's a lot of old videos and live streams where we're doing stuff on it. We got the little greenhouse right here. I don't know. I imagine it might be a little good. Am I grappling good or not good? My grappling, honestly, is probably trash at this point. Yeah, I need to definitely. You leaving a shit right now, Justin? Yeah, my grappling, I definitely could use some fine tuning. The only way to find out if somebody talk shit, though. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, alright, dude. You be posting videos, Gnostic? You do videos like that? I'll hit you up, dude. Yeah, my email's in my description. Hit me up on there, too. Alright, I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna subscribe to you. I didn't know that you had a channel like that, so I'm gonna go ahead and after this, I'm gonna get up on there, hit you up. My email is on my description. Hit me up and see what's up. Yeah, Leslie, exactly. Get away from this HMO, whatever the fuck they call. What do they call it? They should call it HOMOs that they put in the food, but no, it's the GMOs. Yeah. Get away from all that shit. It's not good for you, dude. You know, if you're eating all this processed food coming from the grocery store or McDonald's and you notice that you're lactating from the nipple and that you're a man, you don't need to be eating that shit no more. Get your own shit. With that being said, peace.